Now, where is this pure consciousness? Okay, now we are talking about, okay, now he has already explained that it is all pervading, it is not limited to your body, it is mind, and right. So, where is this? So, we can understand this particular into the levels of the bodies. One is the physical body made of the Pancha Mahabhutas. Then is a subtle body, which is, of course, there are 19 elements, but the main elements of the subtle body are the mind, memory, intellect, and ego. So which is the thing which basically gets all the inputs from the body and then functions. That is, the mind is the receiver and the transmitter of the information, and the intellect governs mind. Intellects take the decision. So the intellect, mind, ego, memory is all part of the subtle body. Of course, some part of the memory is in the physical body as well, right? And then comes a causal body, karmic body. So the karmic body is the doorway to the pure consciousness. So this karmic body is birth to birth. Your gross body is only related to this birth. Your subtle body is also majorly related to this birth, whatever experience you have. Someone becomes doctor, someone becomes engineer. So depending upon that, so basically you will have your own experiences and your knowledge and all that, depending upon your education, experience, cultural background. But it is the subtlest body called as karmic body or karana body or causal body. That is the body which basically is your sanchit. Whatever you are doing from birth to birth, everything is there. And when you die, it is the subtlest body or the causal body which basically goes to again attach with this particular physical body in this particular. So causal body is an instrument. Causal body is an instrument from this birth to another birth. The physical body dies. Subtle body also dies. But it is the causal body which is the connection between the births. And that particular causal body is a doorway to the soul. Again, don't go by this figure. Means like Swamiji has rightly said, pure consciousness is not constrained by your body. It is not that there is a physical body and inside there is a hidden pure consciousness. No, pure consciousness. So this is only the pathway, right? So the gross body is the grossest element. Then comes a subtle body. Then comes a karmic body. And then comes your doorway to the approaching your own pure consciousness is what is how we will go to the pure consciousness. Now, this particular pure consciousness at an individual level is called as Atma. Pure consciousness at a macro level is all-pervading consciousness, which is universal consciousness. At an individual level, pure consciousness is called as Atma. It is basically all-pervading consciousness expressing itself at individual level. This is the definition of Atma. It is the awareness which uses your body and mind. It is not an object to be sensed. Why? Because for the pure consciousness, your mind is the object. So the object cannot be more sensuous than the subject, right? We have already seen that particular condition. So you, in a human body and mind, you cannot experience your pure consciousness. Your pure consciousness can experience your mind and body. It is eternal, all-pervading, and that is what we say it as a Satchitanand. And we have already seen this, that these are the Panchakoshas. This particular figure will basically, so the objects, so all these objects are the nearest to the object is the body. So the object is the, say, the single unit. The body is the next level of the unit. The body has the sense organs which gives information to the mind, right? So that particular mind has then ego, intellect, right? And the intellect gets energy or the consciousness from where? From the pure, it is called as reflected consciousness, right? Like Swamiji has shown you that hand. So that particular reflection is what? So the intellect gets power from your pure consciousness, but it is not the consciousness itself. It is the reflected consciousness, right? Is at your intellect level, buddhi. And then comes the pure consciousness, which is the sakshi, right? So all these objects, right? And everything, all this jag is jagat, vishwa. Jiva is a combination of your gross body, your subtle body, your causal body, right? So all these particular bodies, or in a different word, your gross body, your senses, yeah, your antakarna, mana, right? Your ego, your identity, your reflected consciousness is jiva, right? Where is Atma? Right? So the Atma is a pure consciousness at individual level. Is called as Atman. So this is how the pure consciousness chain we have to understand. It is not inside hidden in you. It is all pervading consciousness, right? Which gets reflected in your intellect, and then it uses your mind and body as the instrument to experience. So who we really are? Sat Chit Anand, existence, consciousness, bliss. And this is the statement, this is the factual statement. We think we are human beings in search of spiritual experience. You are attending all this class of the positive spiritual intelligence because you have some hidden urge to become a spiritual being, right? But the fact is that we are already spiritual beings, but we are experiencing human body and birth.